specialty to others. I'm sorry.
Well, again, as I hope you all read some of my biography, I've been an activist my whole life. Okay, I don't know no better. Again, in my view, every person in the USA ought to be an agent of change. But my parents, grandparents, my great grandparents were activists. I had three folks that fought in the Civil War, fighting for the freedom of themselves, fighting for the freedom of their wives, their children, their mamas, and their papas, okay? Fighting for freedom. That's my family culture. So even before I went to high school at Holmes High School, before I went to UK, I was an activist, okay? So, but I've recognized that my early activism was around civil rights and what we call racial justice. And I've been involved in all the social movements of the last 60 years. The women's movement, environmental movement, disability movement, natural foods movement, cooperative movement, and so forth. Now the climate change movement. I've been involved in all those movements. I don't look upon anyone as being special because we have experienced injustice in all these areas. In all these areas, there have been injustice. So part of our work, in my view, is to think more on what's called quantum science rather than Newtonian science. You all are still being taught curriculum based upon a Newtonian science, things being separate. I would suggest that you ask your teachers to teach you all quantum science, integrated systems thinking, where we view things in systems as opposed to in these special categories that we think aren't connected, but they're all interconnected.
All right. I don't know how to say that. How has activism impacted your professional trajectory?
Trajectory, yeah. Hey, I'm going to the moon, but I'm going to be now trajectory now. Okay, but I became an activist at 10 years old. I was in Covington, Kentucky, picketing against Jim Crow, segregation, the downtown theaters, the downtown stores. I was protesting back when I was like you all's age. We couldn't go to the community swimming pools. We couldn't go to the parks. I was 10 years old, involved in those kinds of things. Long before I even thought about a professional trajectory, okay? But I did go to the University of Kentucky